tribute to his deceased mother.
Indicating again that Whitaker is going to try to frustrate the younger fighter.
Whitaker showing the jab early and lateral movement. Hasn't thrown one of those laser shots yet. And again. Right hand punches in close by De La Hoya. He's going to have to use the right hand to win the fight, and you saw him doubling up with it there.
Good body shot by Pernell Whitaker.
With the style confrontation first, only 1 of 14 jabs in the round, and that speaks to the Whitaker camp strategy, Larry, of taking away Oscar De La Hoya's dominant left side.
Yep.
Toward punching opportunities. Hard right hand to the body by De La Hoya. Whitaker comes back to the straight left.
Whitaker, who improvises.
Good counter by De La Hoya. Good counter right hand by De La Hoya.
Misses with the left hook. Follows, lands a couple straight right hands. Smiles as Whitaker clowns a little bit for the crowd. And he's throwing the right hand more, which is what he's going to have to do to legitimately attack Pernell Whitaker. Right hand to the body by De La Hoya.
Work out, work out, work out.
Here's a way to hit him. 2 right hands inside by De La Hoya. Back Whitaker up. Much better round for Oscar in round number 2. The last minute of the second round was definitely De La Hoya's best minute of the first 6. Now Whitaker working the jab again. May not work against Whitaker's stance. Hard left hand over the top by Whitaker. Oscar pounding to the body with the left hand.
Come on, work out.
And coming up with an uppercut. Mills Lane anxious that we don't see a headbutt.
There was a butt right there. I don't know if any blood will come out, but there was definitely a butt.
And Whitaker throws De La Hoya down. That'll be a slip, not a knockdown. Another hard left hand uppercut by De La Hoya. And a hard left hook. De La Hoya landing some solid blows. Whitaker sticks the jab straight into his face. But Oscar brought out the artillery in round number 3. De La Hoya, as you can see, has the mouse under the right eye. The blood has been stopped for the moment. Hard right hand by De La Hoya.
And Whitaker does have a mouth over his right eye.
Now that's his lead eye.
But it's a little disappointing to see that De La Hoya, who is stronger, is really not trying to impose his strength.
Well, you heard his trainer, Jesus Rivera, asking him between rounds to create more distance between himself and Whitaker. Get a lot of distance, he said. Didn't want him to get into a brawl.
Yeah, because it makes it more difficult for Whitaker to hit him, being the shorter of the 2 fighters.
Another right hand lead by De La Hoya as he tries to pick Whitaker apart tactically. Obviously something he's worked on specifically for this fight. And De La Hoya flurries at the end of the round. That catches the eye of the judges. De La Hoya was given the 4th round, if in fact he was. He may be 4 points ahead. Hard punches from Whitaker, a right and a left.
36, 3 rounds to 1, Oscar De La Hoya. What happens is on an accidental headbutt, the uncut fighter
stays in the southpaw stance, jabs with the right hand. And remember, De La Hoya is a natural southpaw who fights in a right hand position. His left hand is his strongest hand. When he goes southpaw that way, he gets to throw the left as a cross, as a power punch.
I wonder what he thinks now.
Left hand to the body by De La Hoya. Is he going to fight the full round in the southpaw stance? He is, and he lands a straight left.
That's what they'll be in with, training and fighting.
There he goes back to the southpaw stance. Whitaker misses over the top.
He doesn't want to run into Oscar's left hand. He knows that's Oscar's best punch.
And there you go. That's the reason for the southpaw stance. I think he's landed 2 or 3 other good
And you
ones.
saw that Whitaker tried to hit him with a big left hand, missed it, came back with his own right.
to the conventional stance. De La Hoya throws the straight right hand. There's one that landed. And a couple of left hands as he held on to De La Hoya's left arm.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. He's making a move on him, and he's catching him when he's got him off balance. Just like when he relaxes inside, Oscar De La Hoya's hitting him with the right or left uppercut.
Hard left hand by Whitaker there. A tactical battle between the two great welterweights. De La Hoya landing many more power shots.
It was an accidental headbutt, but it was below the eye. It did no serious damage and has not affected the
Larry,
fight.
let me explain it.
More and more, Whitaker seems to be loading up and trying to land one big left-hand shot, which could change things in the bout.
A good body shot by Whitaker.
Excellent body punch, one of his best in several rounds.
Yeah. The fight would look better for Whitaker in the later round.
De La Hoya slipped on that canvas, I haven't seen him land 85 hard punches, certainly not cleanly.
Goes back to it momentarily
Good
there.
right hand counter by De La Hoya.
Excellent. Whitaker lamenting the missed left, and De La Hoya coming forward to say, take a couple of right hands to go with that.
Both fighters, I think, are fighting a very smart fight.
Got a left hook in. Not easy to do. Whitaker smiles.
One of his handlers says, you're behind in this fight, meaning that if he's got to do something else except what he's doing, he doesn't know if he can do it.
Right.
The one criticism I would have, you saw the punch stat numbers that show that only in one round in the fight has Whitaker thrown as many as 60 punches. I don't think he can beat De La Hoya. Wildly different scorecards at the end of this fight.
Because it's according to what you like. You're right there. That's what makes boxing so different.
Well, Oscar De La Hoya may win this fight, but you can't say that his introduction into the welterweight division.
Goes back to the southpaw stance, does De La Hoya.
I have to even argue that.
That could have been scored a knockdown.
It is a knockdown. It is a knockdown.
It is a knockdown.
Yes, that is a
Knockdown, De La Hoya's knee touching the canvas, and that will affect the scorecards too. Whitaker lefts to the body, De La Hoya rights upstairs. De La Hoya lands a left. Goes in and attacks Whitaker's body, and Pernell comes back with counter shots.
A punch put him on the floor. Not a great punch, but a punch. And that's what a knockdown is.
Very, very close. 5 rounds to 4. Oscar De La Hoya, 85-84 in points. A 1-point lead for De La Hoya.
You think they would?
Yes.
Good right hand by De La Hoya. I think they're looking to land big punches right now. Good shot by De La Hoya.
And as Whitaker keeps going forward here, De La Hoya gets a chance to counter effectively. De La Hoya lands a power shot in return.
Now De La Hoya is boxing like Ricardo fought Whitaker. Moving in boxing. Don't try to train Whitaker. Make Whitaker come at him and then do like Ricardo did him.
You're younger than he is. You're supposed to be quicker than he is.
Supposed to. He doesn't have the experience to train Whitaker like that. He's a superb fighter, but he doesn't have that kind of experience where he just trained with Pernell Whitaker.
Great flurry by De La Hoya to end the 10th. Whitaker gets a couple body shots back in return.
Whitaker's not going to back down to nobody. If you've been in there a couple times with a guy like that,
He's going to be able to out-muscle him and outrun him in these last 2 rounds.
this is what he wants to do right here. Outbox Whitaker and try to win the fight on point.
As Larry obviously is mentally for being too cautious.
I don't know. I know he's going to get himself in a dog fight now, though.
Come on.
Body shots from De La Hoya as Whitaker turned and clowned for the crowd. Back and forth from side to side. A lot of snap behind it anyway. Hard left hands for Whitaker. 2 in a row. And another good left hand counter inside for Sweet Pea. Very confident as round 11 comes down the stretch.
They're tied up. Right when the referee was 11 step in and say break, Oscar's trying to hit Whitaker with a good punch.
104, 103, Oscar De La Hoya. I think this 12th is going to decide the fight.
I have Whitaker ahead by about a point myself if it ends this way.
Big flurry for De La Hoya a moment ago. Whitaker of the Champions Hall of Fame status. A minute and a half left for Pernell Whitaker to make one more great statement on his career to begin building a bridge to immortality.
I think it's going to take 12 more rounds to tell who's truly the better fighter.
It would be a shame if that absurd WBC rule going to De La Hoya for an unintentional butt that did no damage.
10 seconds left. And Whitaker ended the fight backing up and clowning, which may or may not serve him well.
For the winner by unanimous decision and new heavyweight champion of the world, the Golden Boy,